Hello everyone, we are back with some Fallout 3. So today we're going to be talking about some mods. All of these I like, I think they're all cool. Some of them have problems, like really big problems, so I cannot keep them. I'm just going to show you them anyway because I thought they were really nice and I downloaded them. So let's get into this. So one thing that I like to do when I showcase these mods is I always like to show the locations of them, especially when the author themselves doesn't do it. Like they'll put it in a description, but they won't put like a video or anything like that. So we're going to be talking about the HK G3 rifle. So this thing you could find in Moira's shop in the Crater Side Supply. It's on the second floor. As soon as you go up the stairs, you can see that it's on the floor right there. So the gun itself looks really nice. I love it. RH iron sights compatible. I was using this and I looked at the stats and I noticed that the damage was a little bit low for my game at least. So I was actually going into the GEC to change the damage. It was really simple. The gun fires really nicely. It's really accurate. I was gonna say, man, this is probably gonna be like one of my main guns for my playthroughs since it's like, you know, so accurate and it's unique in the sense of it's not like automatic, you know, it was like kind of like this semi-automatic fire. Anyway, the biggest problem that I had with this thing was that for some odd reason, when I step outside of Megaton, everything was glitched out. Everybody's like textures were messed up and a lot of meshes I guess were missing because we had all of these red exclamation mark signs like everywhere, and I was just like, man. So I like took the gun off, went back, the problem was fixed, put the gun back on, went, the problem started again, and I was just like, man, this is really upsetting. So I contacted the author about it, see if he could try to fix that. And yeah, sadly I cannot keep this gun, but I think it's really cool. Alright, so next up we're going to be talking about one of my favorite armors, possibly my favorite armor in the entire Fallout series. So it's not even a mod really. So this is pretty much the Ncr Ranger Armor from Fallout New Vegas, and somebody basically imported it to Fallout 3. Now, at this time, I didn't know how to import, you know, armors and stuff myself. I know how to do it now, so I don't really have any use for this mod, but I still thank this guy for doing it because he kind of, you know, showed me the way and brought it to my attention. So in order to get this thing, you have to be in the Megaton Armory, and you know, you need a lockpicking skill of 100 or get the key from Lucas Sims' dead body, and it's just going to be right on the shelf. This armor is just really cool. Not much to say about it. If you played Fallout New Vegas, you probably saw it, and yeah, it's just one of my favorite armors. I love it. Alright, so this next mod up is called Military Equipment. Now, it's a pretty generic name, but this mod is really good. So, this is one of those mods that you install it and you're just like, man, it's so good. I'm just going to leave it in there for my current playthrough. This is one of those mods for me. So, this is going to add a vendor in the Springvale area. So, you're going to see this guy named Jacko. He's got all of this military stuff, and he's got all of his armors and guns and stuff on display, and it's really nice in there. So I purchased a couple things from him. He's got some nice armors. I think he's got a combat knife, some unique grenades. There's some NPCs in there as well, like a little sentry bot. He's like so tiny and stuff. But the thing that I was most impressed about with this mod was the layout. So the layout of this place just looks really nice. If you look behind Jacko, you'll see that there's a door. So at first I went up to it and it was locked, but one of the NPCs that was like hanging around eventually decided to go back there. I guess he was scripted to go to sleep at this time, so he went and opened the door. So I went and followed him back there, and in the back there's like a dog, and there's like a bed and some more military equipment laying around. And he's got like his own room with like a couch and a motorcycle and this king-size bed in the back, and I was just like, man, this looks really nice. Like anybody else probably would have thought nothing of it, but I'm getting into like making, you know, interiors and exteriors and buildings and stuff like that. So when I saw this, I was just like, man, this is really cool, you know, giving me some ideas for my own builds. So all of these armors look cool. The textures aren't the highest quality, but it's still acceptable to me. I like the scout hat, and I like that other hat where you have the hat with the goggles on the front of it, and the armor looks really good as well. I like all the extra accessories like the grenades strapped to it, and there's a gun holster on the right side, and the US military on the upper back. It all looks really good to me. One more notable thing I would say that's really cool about this mod is that when you actually go to look at the items and it prompts you to steal, the NPCs aren't going to say like, don't think about stealing that, you know, because that kind of gets annoying. So I'm happy the NPCs don't do that. Alright, so last up is the AA Armory. So this is a place that's not too far from Vault 101 at the beginning of the game. So there's like an overpass by Megaton, and you'll pretty much follow that. It breaks at some point, and the broken part of the overpass is where this area is at. So right by this ruined farmhouse I'm going to show you, you can just, you know, look right here and then go inside, and the armory is right here. So I come inside right here. It's really nice. I love it. Once again, nice interiors. There's some sandbags. There's some guards right here guarding the area. This one lady looks like she has her eyes popping out of her head. I don't know what's the deal with that. But the problem that I had with this mod was that you go inside to where the vendor is, and I guess where all the items are, and it's all of these red exclamation marks. So I tried checking the comment section. I don't think anybody else had that problem, so it might be something on my end. But the thing that I do like about this mod is where it was placed, and it just gives me ideas. And being that I can't use this mod myself, I'm going to place my own mod like at this location with a very similar armory. So one thing that I will note, that in this armory, like, there's a slope in the interior design, and you know, shout out to this guy for making that, because I do not know how to make that. So this is really giving me like a good idea on what to build, and I think this location is really excellent. I also like that there's a camera, a surveillance camera outside of the thing, like kind of like it's animated, moving left and right, so it's supposed to be like watching anybody who comes in. So that's really cool. So yeah, I love all these military style armors. I am going to be keeping the Ncr Ranger Armor, obviously, and I'm going to be keeping the military armors. Unfortunately, I cannot keep the AA Armory, but I still think that it's nice, and I'll give kudos for the location. I think it's really nice. I don't even know if that sewage plant was there originally, but it just all looks so natural. And yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys later, and take care.